You are listening to this modern podcast. You fucking cunt.
Welcome to this modern podcast. This is episode 3. I'm here with Bobby Houston.
Bobby Hughes, you fuck. No, you not got my name wrong there. You fucking confused me.
Hey, right, it's because I know two Bobbies. I know Bobby Hughes and Bobby Houston, so it's really confusing for me.
Right, it's Bobby Houston.
And Matthew Herron.
Hey yo.
And today, what are we going to be talking about today, lads?
Well, I want to talk about what's been going on with Neo and some of the rumours we've been hearing about it.
Okay.
Right, do you want me to just go?
Yeah, we'll start off with the Neo. Let's go with that piece of shit. Go.
Fuck up, you cunt. Right, so a bit of background. We obviously knew that Neo wouldn't be having an appearance at E3 this year. And for a bit of background, this is backed up by Andrew House. He said, quote, "It's really very, very simple. Just as was with the case with the PlayStation VR, we feel it's important to show people the new hardware, the new platform, and we've got a full range of experiences that can take advantage of it." He also went on to say, "To be very clear, the high-end PS4 codename Neo that we are working on is an addition to the existing lineup, not a replacement. And perhaps we have an opportunity to move slightly away from just a static console that remains absolutely the same for a period of 6, 7, 8 years, and perhaps offer, in addition to the current PlayStation 4, something a little extra." Now, what we should take away from that is, well, what I certainly get from it anyway, is that they are in no way ready to talk about it anytime soon. But this has been contradicted by a number of reports saying that, from Eurogamer in particular, saying that the PlayStation Neo is going to launch this year in Q4, so like October, November, December. Do you guys buy that?
Yeah, I heard about the they've said that the publishers have to ship PS4 games with like 2 modes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like the regular PS4 mode and then like a Neo mode.
Yeah.
That can use like the 4K and all that, the fucking
better
hardware.
Look, like, this is my concern with Neo, and I could be wrong about this, but I feel like it might mirror the early days of PS3 when PS3 just wasn't catching on at all. Like, it was seen as overpriced, it just wasn't worth the money and stuff like that. Because maybe I'm wrong about this, it was a long time ago, but do you remember that when PS3 first came out, you had to buy a TV with it that had a HDMI? Am I wrong about that?
Oh, really?
I don't remember that, but then
I think that was something that actually put me off of it. Like, you had to go out and buy a new TV so that the PS3 would actually work. Now, the whole thing with...
I never knew about that.
The whole thing is... The whole thing with, oh, this is going to be able to stream games in 4K. Yeah, very good, but do you need to go out and buy a Nobody seems to be talking about this. Do you need to go out and buy a 4K TV to be able to stream in 4K then?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that fucking sucks. That's even more money. That's fucking
like
shite.
YouTube does 4K videos and everyone's sitting going, "Oh, this is great in 4K," and it's like, yeah, it's great if you've got the fucking screen for it, if you've got a 4K TV, but nobody has them yet. Like, they're not cheap enough to be widely available. Do you know what I mean?
There are some that are. There are some 4K tellies that. Sorry, man. What were you saying? What were you saying?
It's the same with the Scorpio. You remember at E3 they were saying, "Oh, this is great. This is going to be support VR and stuff," and it was really good. And people after E3 were asking Phil Spencer more about the Scorpio, and they're like, "You know, it won't just be 4K. These 6 teraflops will be open to developers to use as they please." And then a couple of days later, you can hear them backpedaling, saying, "Oh no, well, you know, the Scorpio will just be they weren't specifically saying it like that, but they're like, you won't really see the benefit of Scorpio if you don't have a 4K TV. So if you don't have a 4K TV, you're better off buying the Xbox One S. I think they're completely lying. I think they're just trying to get people to buy the smaller Xbox. Yeah, to buy the smaller one. Because I think what you were saying
earlier, that's what Bobby said earlier about or Bobby's pal said about the.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's exactly what he's saying. How it's going to just fuck them.
It's a gap. Like nobody's going to buy it, and now I think they might be realizing that and kind of shitting themselves a wee bit.
If they never announced the Xbox Scorpio, I probably would have traded my old Xbox in.
Yeah, like speaking of Scorpio, Andrew House said this. I was surprised by the step of announcing something over a year ahead of time, which is rich coming from Sony. And then Shuhei Yoshida, he said, I was surprised. I was not expecting them to talk about it. It's very, very super interesting what they are doing. But as I've said, my opinion's clear about this. I think their business plan is fucking ludicrous. I don't understand the point of the Xbox One S. I think it's a complete fucking waste of time. So yeah.
I think it's a good idea, but I think it should, if they were going to announce it at E3, it should have been one of those things where it's like, by the way, we've made this Xbox One S. It's on sale on the shelves now. You can buy it if you want.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
They shouldn't have done like a big reveal, like, oh, available soon. Like everyone's like, so who cares?
I mean,
but I think do you remember, Bobby? You were just saying that the Neo might be coming out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think
if the Neo comes out this year, right, I was saying, Microsoft made a mistake by announcing Scorpio early, because now this means that Sony can go back to the drawing board with Neo and make it better than Xbox Scorpio. But the thing is now, like, that's obviously not going to be the case, because like we've not got anything confirmed for Neo, but it's completely outclassed in terms of hardware when you compare it to Xbox Scorpio. Sorry, pardon me.
It might not be stupid for them to release it this year, because if you remember on the Xbox 360 generation, because Xbox was a bit earlier, it means that people bought the console earlier and were more likely not to buy a PS3 because they already had the Xbox.
I got the Xbox because pretty much for the exact reason that Ross said, but I'm thinking now that they're releasing all these new powerful consoles and stuff, I might just move on to PC gaming. Yeah,
this is what he says here. What he said here is, we have an opportunity to move slightly away from just a static console that remains absolutely the same for a period of 8 years. So what is he saying? Is he saying we're going to go the route of smartphones where we're going to get an upgrade like every couple of years now?
I think he might. What I got from that, I think, is that it's gonna be one of those things where it's like a PC. You can take parts out and put in new parts.
Yeah.
You can take the graphics card out or whatever and buy a new one.
I think that's the way console gaming needs to go now.
It's going to be Microsoft. You're going to be able to get them from. It's going to cost you a fucking fortune.
Yeah.
If that's the route they go down.
So, do you think it will be out this year then?
What? Well, the Neo.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think we will get an announcement at the very least, or a reveal at PlayStation Experience.
I think if they were going to release it this year, they would have talked about it at E3 a bit, because that would have been the perfect opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if they didn't announce it at E3, it's not going to be this year. I think they might announce a release date at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think if they release it this year, it's going to end up like the Wii U, where people are really confused at what the product is, and they're like, "What is this? Is this like what is this a PS5 or what is this?" And people might not buy it.
Also,
I think it's basically just a platform for the Sony VR.
Well, this is what I was going to say, and we'll talk about VR. We'll talk about VR shortly, obviously, but I think at the moment they are just kind of focusing on VR at the moment, because like we had the big segment about that on E3. They're really pushing it now. They're actually getting like good games, which we'll talk about later on, obviously. But yeah, I think it's too close to VR. I think they want to push VR a wee bit before they move on to Neo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all
they seem to be. Well, see if you go the list of games that are coming out for Sony VR. There's actually quite a lot. There's like a good 10 or 15 games. Like the new Resident Evil's VR support. There's that game Farpoint. It was like the first-person shooter one that was announced at E3. There's
Yeah.
like Star Trek and Star Wars games, and there's like Final Fantasies has VR support, the new one, but nobody gives a fuck
Yeah,
about
that
that.
game. I've heard bad
the
things
Arkham
about that
game.
game.
The Arkham, I want to see how that plays out, the Arkham game,
Mhm.
because you can't actually run about.
Yeah.
'Cause you're just
I mean, I'm tapped
yourself
out. I'm tapped out for Neo, by the way. So, do you just want to, since the conversation seems to be going in that way anyway, do you just want to talk about VR for a bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm
sorry, Matthew. That's your
but-
topic. You take it away.
No, I'm just saying. I've watched a few videos on VR. Like Nerdcube did one, and he doesn't do the face camera or anything. He just kind of goes and does it. And I was watching that, and I've been looking at like the games that are coming out specifically for the Vive, because the Vive costs a fortune. It's £689, not including shipping or the fucking computer you have to build to.
A mad setup of the actual Vive as well. Crazy.
But the games for it look look incredible, and I'm just so excited for like what comes next, because they've got the concept down, and they've got all your like tilt brush and job simulator and all that, like, and they look fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing with VR for me is, particularly with PlayStation VR, is that it's much cheaper than anybody expected it to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, the PSVR is like, was it £400 or £300?
Roughly, yeah, something like that.
I still don't. A lot of people are saying this is really cheap. I really don't think it is that cheap. It's cheap considering it's VR, but it's not cheap.
Comparatively, it's cheap. Like, if you think
Considering
about,
you have to buy the console as well, you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. Like, if I had a PS4 already, I would absolutely buy the VR, PSVR, but or Sony VR. But because I don't have a console, that's still going to cost me like £800 or whatever for a console, the VR, and games and controllers and shit or whatever.
But they have an install base of like 40 million. I think there's like 40 million PS4s, so I think they're sorted in that regard.
Yeah, if I had a PS4, I would definitely be pre-ordering Sony VR. The only issue is there's loads of games, but there's none that I'm really that interested in.
There's one that I'm interested in, but I can't remember the name of it.
It seems like little hour to half an hour experiences you'll be getting. It doesn't seem like here as a full game you'll be able to experience in VR, so it's not really selling it.
The one thing that did look fucking the coolest was I saw that there's like a cinema thing for VR where you can watch a movie, but you're sat like it's on a massive screen in front of you, and it's like you're in a cinema. And I thought that's really cool.
It seems a bit gimmicky to me.
It's like how often are you really gonna sit and use it? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I want to see how Batman VR plays.
Yeah, I mean,
before
apparently that's confirmed that it's just an hour experience.
An hour?
Yeah.
The Arkham one? Yeah.
I knew as soon as I seen it, I was like, that just like everything seemed to be like that, and I think that's bad because VR is releasing this year, isn't it? Sony VR.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but Arkham VR comes out in October.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
Sony VR will be out before then. PlayStation VR releasing in October. Yeah.
It just doesn't seem.
£149.
There's nothing there like. There's nothing like the hate like say like when an Xbox comes out, you'll maybe wait for Halo and go and buy it. There's nothing there that would really maybe Star Wars Battlefront thing. There'll be a lot of Star Wars fans that want to get an X-wing.
I'd absolutely get that. Fucking piloting an X-wing, absolutely. The problem with VR though is they need games like that, like racing games or flight simulators or stuff, because they have that problem with movement, where there's no way to kind of move around without it being really jarring. And some games have got around that with like a teleport thing, where you just teleport room to room. But obviously you can't, like when you're sitting with a controller and you run around with the analog stick, when it's first person, that's way too jarring. Like you're flying about, but you're not moving.
Resident Evil looks good enough. That'd be good to experience in VR.
I mean, one of the games that there we go. The game that has captured my interest the most about VR is this game called Wilson's Heart. And basically what it is, it's like a Alfred Hitchcock movie in VR. It's like you're playing through an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Like it's pure psychological and stuff like that, and it's in black and white. So I think that looks really cool. That's something that I'd want to play. But I think
What's
it's
it called?
Wilson's Heart.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I think it's a VR exclusive though, which is kind of disappointing because that looks like something I would actually want to play.
Yeah, I think VR will work really well with like horror games. I think.
Oh,
because
definitely.
You're there. I think fans of horror games will be right into VR, and like even the ones that are Sony are releasing, I think out of the like 10 or however many that are releasing, I think a good like 4 or 5 of them are horror.
Yeah.
Now what? Did any of them have like a majority of them never even had the release date though, didn't they not?
No.
Yeah, there's like they all just kind of say like the end of the year or October, like
Yeah.
at some point after Sony VR releases, then it'll come out.
Yeah, after watching their conference overall, I was very concerned about that because there are not a lot of release dates. When you compare it to Xbox, they were putting release dates to everything, basically.
I'm sure
With Sony,
Spider-Man
it's
will be out
very
next year though.
vague. Or nothing.
I'm sure Spider-Man
Sorry.
will be out next year though.
Shut up.
No, I'm sure it will be. But
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
But based on this quote here, I was surprised by the step in announcing something over a year ahead of time. It would seem to suggest they need to practice what they preach. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, I think God of War will be out next year. Days Gone will not be out next
That'd be
year.
amazing.
Days Gone will not be out next year
I've not seen anything. I've not been interested in God of War at all. But
until now.
I started watching the trailers and gameplay of the new one, and it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The lead designer or whatever, I think he is the lead designer, and he things like he exactly knows how to make this game work. So I'm really confident that'll be an excellent game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since we're kind of going back to E3, what developers were not there that you guys wanted to see?
I've actually got a few listed here.
So have I.
So I'll just tell you guys what I've down, and then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I want to hear because I didn't really think of any that weren't there that I desperately wanted to see something from.
Yeah. Right.
Have some that I'll be interested in. So, go ahead.
Right. Well, obviously, if everyone had a list, this would be on it. Rockstar.
Mhm.
We all presume they're making Red Dead 2. They just have to be they have to be just making Red Dead 2. I don't think there's anything else you think they could be working on now that maybe we never saw, like
GTA
Red
5
Dead or-
story DLC.
I was gonna say GTA 6, but GTA Online makes them $1 million a fucking year or however much. So I don't think there'll be another GTA for a long time.
I mean, have you heard the reason Rockstar weren't at E3 though? Well, supposedly.
Yeah, but remind us.
It was apparently because of the Orlando shootings, and apparently they were going to show Red Dead 3, and that was going to close out Sony's conference. But apparently, because a guy walks in to a bar with a gun and starts shooting cunts, that they didn't want to show it because they thought it was in bad taste.
Bad taste.
Yeah. But I think
If that's true, then fair enough. But that seems kind of like, oh yeah, no, we are working on it. We promise, we are.
Mhm.
We promise we're working on it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a kind of, I don't know.
Mhm.
If that's true, then fair enough. Like it's probably in poor taste.
Yeah. I mean, I think we will. I think we will still get an announcement pretty soon, man. To be honest, because it's been a long time now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope they don't do the coming in fucking 2020.
No. I think it's out. I think it's going to be out next year at the latest, actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like next April, because Rockstar usually kind of get that kind of April or.
They dominate the first quarter usually.
Yeah. So, right. So another developer, I know they were technically there, but 343 Industries, they weren't really had a big presence there. I know that Halo Wars 2.
Because Halo Wars 2, I feel like was quite a big deal.
I don't think that, to be honest. I think it's a big deal for fans of the old Halo Wars. It's like it's a huge deal for them. Like that sequel shouldn't have really been made. But it's getting made.
Not really into it? No, you're not really bothered by it?
No, like, to be honest, no, I don't really. No. It's not my cup of tea. But
I mean, do we really need another Microsoft conference with Halo, but I mean, do we need another Microsoft conference with Halo? Because they've been there for like every fucking year since 2013. Realistically, come on, Ross.
I expected some sort of big at the very least a kind of a DLC kind of drop for Halo 5. Like, here's what we're going to be working on, like a new mode or a couple of new maps or maybe a mini campaign thing. For
I have a developer that it's kind of a cheat answer. They were there, but they weren't at a conference, and that's Atlas with Persona 5. As I was saying on my E3 predictions, I think it was, I think they really needed to be there because, like I was saying, it's like their time now. Like, we need to kind of like move away from Final Fantasy 15 because you know how I feel about that game. I think it looks really bad. I think the fact that more time was given to that game at Sony's conference is an absolute fucking disgrace. I think more Persona is way more deserving of it because it's got that series has like a really good following now, and every game they've put out has been fucking amazing. So I think I can guarantee that a lot more people are fucking way more excited about Persona 5 than Final Fantasy 15. I was a believer in Final Fantasy 15, but everything that I've seen so far has just completely put me off of it because like they've done that Uncovered event, right? And they're doing a movie with like Aaron Paul and stuff like that, and they're also doing like an anime series. I'm like, is this what you've been fucking doing? It's like, nobody asked for this, just make the fucking game. So yeah, I think the time that was given to Final Fantasy 15 could have easily have been given to Persona 5 because that game just doesn't deserve it at this point. Final Fantasy 15. I mean,
a PlayStation exclusive.
That is, yeah.
They were talking about releasing it for the Vita, were they not?
Yeah. No. Originally, what it was going to be PS3 and PS4, and now it's a PS4 exclusive.
Okay.
So and it's been delayed like countless times. It's been really bad for delays. But yeah, I also think the time given to Call of Duty could have been used for Persona. But I think I have a theory that the time they gave to Call of Duty was part of the deal for Clash. Do you agree? Because Activision
I don't know. No, because PlayStation have partnered with, like, it used to be Xbox, so they've partnered with Call of Duty, so it's in their best interest to kind of.
Yeah.
Another developer that wasn't there that I wanted to see was 4A Games, and if you don't know who 4A Games are, they're the developer behind the Metro games, the Metro 2033 and Last Light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they were quite good. I always wanted to.
I've wanted to see a sequel to Last Light for ages, but when I was researching them, there is rumours that they're making a space kind of first-person shooter, which would be interesting. But I'm hoping they're hard at work making the Metro number 3 or whatever, because apparently it's going to be quite open now. Apparently, saying the new next Metro games are going to be quite kind of open worldy, so that'll be good, interesting to see. So hopefully they're making it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, another one that I wanted to see was obviously I've been playing Wolfenstein for the past couple of days. I'm really enjoying it, so I wanted Machine Games to be there. I was disappointed that they weren't. Do you know what I was really surprised about now that I think about it? Crackdown 3 wasn't there.
Yeah.
How long ago was it that we seen that game? Was it 2014?
Sorry?
Was it 2014 we seen Crackdown 3 for the first time?
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Called, what they call? I think they're called Cloud Genie.
Yeah.
Are working in that. It's just in Scotland actually. They're kind of Dundee, I think, based developer. I don't know. I think maybe
Regent Games that's developing it.
Sorry?
Is it not Regent Games that's developing it?
Oh, is it? I was full sure it was Cloud Genie that were doing the kind of, or Cloud Genie, sorry, that were working on the kind of cloud technology on it and stuff. Crackdown 3.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because of Scorpio. Maybe that'll be another Scorpio game they'll be showing. That'll be another showcase Scorpio game.
It's been a long time. Crackdown 3 was first announced at E3 2014.
Yeah.
We've
seen. It is Cloud Gene that's they're doing the software for the tech demos.
Yeah. That's it then. Yeah, I knew I had that right.
Yeah. We've not seen that. It was only announced, to be fair, like as a new Crackdown game last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be it'll have to be now a Scorpio game, kind of showcase game at this point.
I think that's good because it looked like it needs a lot of power just because of the level of detail and the destruction that we've seen so far.
It looked great, even just the normal visuals, like the whole physics. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully they're just taking their time, making it really good.
Polishing it up.
Right, so will we move on to talk about to wrap it up? Will we go on to talk about the podcast going forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you may or may not know, the idea for the podcast initially kind of came from me, and then Ross and Matthew kind of done their own thing with it and ran with it. So in my eyes, they're like the talent, and then I'm kind of like the Emperor from Star Wars, like pulling strings and working behind the scenes to get the podcast to work as best as it can. Right, so we boys, as you know, we recorded our E3 the Actions episode last week, and I thought it was very good. I enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy it?
I loved it. I really liked it, man.
That's great.
It was a bit too long though. That's the only complaint that I have about it. And even when I edited it down to about 40 minutes, I thought like it flows a lot better now, but it's still a bit too long. So I mentioned this to Ross when we were talking about it. It's like, so let's say somebody only wanted to listen to us talk about Sony. They've got to listen to about 20 minutes of third-party stuff from Microsoft before they get to Sony. And see on the other side of that, maybe somebody only cares about Microsoft and they don't give a shit about the third-party stuff and the Sony stuff. So what my idea is, we're going to be following examples from Collider Movie Talk, This American Life, and the Game Over Gregor Show, Greg Miller's podcast. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 topics for each episode, and we're going to split the episode up. So these are the days that the topics will go up: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then the whole show will go up on YouTube on Sunday. But that doesn't mean like the whole show won't be available to you all week. Basically, like the whole show will go up on SoundCloud, and we'll post the link to that in the description for the YouTube videos. And if you want to listen to the full show, then it's there. But if you're only interested in certain topics, that means you don't have to listen to the full show. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It'll catch on very quickly, and I don't really know if I'm doing it justice, but I think it is the best way to go with the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah. We're just hearing about this now, by the way.
This is all brand new, but I agree with
Really
that.
is a fucking emperor, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Okay.
Do it.
The other thing that we're also going to start doing on the podcast is a segment called Late to the Game. And basically what that's going to entail is when games have been out for ages and they've gotten critically acclaimed and like really good reviews, but we've not actually sat down and played them ourselves until now. So the first one we're going to do is Gone Home, which I've played, and that will go up on Monday as the first topic of episode 4. So yeah. Cool.
Great.
Right. We sorted?
We are sorted.
Right, good.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
To end this. We end this shit show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, well, thanks so much for listening, guys. This has been This More on the Podcast, episode 3. Be sure to tune in next time when is it Late to Gaming?
Wait to the
Next
game.
time?
Wait to the game.
Late
Get
to
the
the
fucking
game.
name right, you
for
fuck.
fuck's sake.
Late to the Game. I've been Ross Mains, been with Bobby Houston and Matthew Herring.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys. See you in the next one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.